I just had a nice conversation with a lady. Um, Actually, both of the people there, and one of them was telling me that her brother has anxiety and he doesn't like to go out of the house. And when he was driving, he would have no problem. For instance, going up to the local fitness place to shower if need be, because he was going to be around other people, and it was just kind of, and it reminded me of me going to work. Like, to me it was no big deal either. And then when life tells me I'm not driving anymore and the anxiety sits in, and there's, we tend to stop doing some of the other things. And just listening to her calmness and her energy was just, she's such a beautiful soul. um, I said, you guys could help him. And I gave an example in the conversation we had of something that made me laugh. I'm like, see, now when I know that for me, when life makes me laugh, that's the direction that I'm supposed to go in. And it had to do with, instead of driving around serving for, you know somebody else, then I could serve the person that I wanted to the most. And sometimes that's ourself first. By listening to ourselves and to discover what direction it is that life wants us to go in. Because we're told by everybody else, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. But we have to stop and think, what where is it that what is my life path? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And for me, I have found with anxiety that anxiety is a language from our inner self, that has been trying to talk to us for a long time, and it's gotten to the point where it's frustrated with us and it just shakes us. It shakes us and makes us listen. And we're like, oh, okay, I'm listening. What do you want? So I gave examples of the things that I had noted that brought on the anxiety and PTSD in me, and the things that I really had to say, okay, well, look at this. What is it that happened? Why are you making me pay attention to this? And then what is the opposite of doing that? And if I did the opposite of that, how does that make me feel? Well, for me, it was not doing a lot of the things that I was doing that I had always been told was the right thing for me to do. And I still don't like saying it because it's going to make me cry. But when I would try to work for others, life just kept taking everything away and shaking me. I'm like, what? Fine, I won't apply. I'll stop applying. I won't fill out any more job applications. I'll just sit here and do nothing. Fine, that's what you want. Just leave me alone. Stop shaking me. And I realized that that's one of the big triggers that was causing the anxiety in me, causing my inner self to talk to me, to say, stop going in that direction. Okay, fine. So what do you want me to do? And we all have our different path. I'm just kind of explaining my discoveries for myself, because it's not necessarily going to be the same path for you. I'm not telling people to not work, because there's a lot of great things that I learned from working, and I loved it. I just didn't always like all the people. So, and what I found, like in my recent texts, is that what things bring me joy. Well, when I see some of these videos from people where they're just, I'm a giver, right? There's givers and there's takers, and we each need each other. I'm a giver. Like, I need people to take stuff from me. That makes me happy. See? I'm laughing. That's life telling me that that's the direction I'm supposed to go. And I don't, and it's hard for me to it's not about taking, but it's more about accepting, receiving. It's, for me to receive it's awkward, because it's not my energy state, right? I mean, my energy state is, I like to give things away. I just want to give stuff away. like we see the people on TV that do it, and it's fun. That kind of stuff, that kind of excitement and energy from some of those people, it just makes me cry. I mean, it's so awesome. But listening to these little clues, what brings calm, what brings, what trumps anxiety. Well, for me, gratitude trumps anxiety. We're taught that we can't feel two emotions at once. So for me, I think, okay, what am I grateful for? Well, I'm standing there in my kitchen, my body is shaking because I don't understand what's going on. And I think, I'm safe. I'm not driving. Nobody's trying to run their car into me. Nobody's trying to run me off the road. And and I'm grateful for that. I'm not so sad about not driving, because that brings up the anxiety in my inner language saying, don't drive. Fine, I won't drive. See, and just by saying fine, I won't drive, I surrender that energy of wanting to drive, that struggle, I'm going to drive, and it just goes away. And I'm like, fine, I'll let other people drive me then. Chauffeur me around. And see, I'm laughing. So apparently that's the direction that I'm supposed to go. So whether, it's these driving apps like Uber, Lyft, or, a friend driving me around, but it has to be people that I can trust, because, I pick up on their energy pretty easily, and even calling like an Uber or a Lyft is like, yeah. I feel like the last couple of people, maybe the last several people, to go to my medical appointments, many of them have been in the military, and I feel I've felt safe around military people, and where I don't know why other people don't, but that's just, it's my energy, it's what it is that I'm drawn towards. I've seen the bad that the military can do to people, and I am very strongly against that. Very strongly. But keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I don't know, maybe that's why it is that I started being drawn to military people. I'm sure it was probably a more positive experience that actually drew me to military people, because I realized that not everybody's experiences are the same. Oh, and also I had a lot of friends from high school, from Sexton, for instance. My favorite of the 4 high schools. Sorry, other 3. Grand Ledge is a close second, though. But a lot of people from there, they went in the Navy. Like, most of the guys I knew went into the Navy. And they they didn't turn out to be bad people. They turned out to be great people. And I I enjoy following, like, James is, he's retired state trooper, and he's doing his DJ stuff now. And I don't like house music, but if you like house music, you should probably follow James Hall. Was a DJ, Mr. Realistic? I don't know. James Hall. Look him up. He's on my friends list. You can find him. Anyway. I'm not a house music kind of person. Um, and I know it's all about energy and getting the body moving. And, you know, maybe it's because I'm still trying to, you know, get my body moving. I move it in different ways. I'm a runner, you know, so I run. And that's another thing, you know, not, you know, I went to I moved a lot, right? So I went to 4 high schools, and I'm in, this is house number, I don't know, I have to add it up again. I wrote it down once, but house number 30 something. 33, 35, I don't, 36, I don't remember. Anyway, but it's a lot of houses. And, you know, for instance, the guy across the street, you know, he grew up in one house and then lived in the other for his entire life. Like, that's the complete opposite of me. And I don't know how many other people live in the same place, but that doesn't seem very worldly to me. I mean, I like experiencing different things. But you know, I need stability as well. And I think that's what it is that life is teaching me is, you know, I manifested this home. It's perfect for me. I love the hardwood floors. You know, I love the dark colors on the walls. It's like my little shaman cave. It's my little space. And then with the white doorways, it you know, it points me in a direction. And then of course, you know, I have the nature and the deer and, you know, all the little wildlife that I feed, and, you know, with scrap stuff. But you know, we were getting back to what I was saying. We were talking about, you know, just how it's I recognized myself in him. You know, like not wanting to shower, not wanting to get dressed, not wanting to, like, I enjoy being naked, and I did that for a long time. You know, when you live in a house with other people, you might not necessarily be able to do that, but if I'm not wearing clothes, then I don't have to worry about washing them. I don't have to worry about them wearing out. I don't have to worry about buying new ones. I don't have to worry about trying to impress anybody. I don't have to worry about anybody coming over. I can, you know, just be me and be left alone. And, you know, wave at the neighbors. I have cool neighbors. Some of them are cool. Some of them are just not so cool, but, you know. Anyway. And I had used the example that, you know, even today, you know, I told myself last night, okay, I'm going to exercise today. And then this morning I said, and I need to make sure that I make myself pretty. I'm laughing. So that's the direction I'm supposed to go. So apparently I am supposed to be making myself pretty every day. You know, maybe that's my job now. That's how I look at it, is that's my job. That is, I don't know why that's my job, but life is telling me that that's my job. That's the direction I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to stay peaceful. I'm supposed to stay happy. I'm supposed to laugh, and I need to make myself pretty, which, you know, it seems like a chore, but and it is a chore. Putting clothes on is a chore. But, you know, when I picked out my outfit today, I grabbed some socks. That was the first thing, because my feet were cold. They were green. I said, okay, I guess I'm wearing green today, because that was the color that was on top, and that's what it is that I'm doing. So I started looking through all my different shirts, and then this one popped out, and it's a green shirt. It's a long sleeve shirt, and it has this cute little design on it right here. And it was actually one of my favorite shirts. I enjoy it a lot. It has, anyway. So I thought, okay, well, that's green also. So then, you know, what I saw earrings. I'm like, okay, apparently I have to put on earrings too. And I remembered that the twisty earrings worked best with this right here. So I put on my twisty earrings that kind of match the the twisting going on. If you can imagine, something being wrapped around something there. And then I put on my blingy bracelet so that I have a little bling, and of course I have my rings, and then I have this green ring here. I stopped wearing that other one because it was really hurting my fingers. It was very uncomfortable with the rectangles all the way around. But this is the one that I got out of that bath bomb, and it's silver, and it's supposed to be a certified emerald. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe it's synthetic, but it too is green. So then I had this on, and then I had some boots that I had bought on that I'd never worn, and they had found themselves in my view recently. So I decided, okay, I guess I'm supposed to wear those. And there's a little bit of fur on the inside, so I unzipped the zipper a little bit and folded the top down, so it had like a fur top on the boots. Like Santa Claus, but not, because I'm in green, so therefore I'm an elf. So today I'm an elf. An elf off the shelf. Apparently life likes that. It has humor. The other day I was Candy, and today I'm Elf. And I was good and plenty the other day. That was a horrible outfit. What was it thinking? But, so when it comes to people with anxiety and getting dressed, just literally grab the top thing that's on the pile of clothes and say, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? And then find something else that kind of, it's in that same theme. It wasn't, my socks were a lime green, not a dark, like olive army green. But my little fuzzy warm black fuzzy jacket goes with the decor on here, and then of course the silver goes with everything there. So have fun with it, and listen to what it is that because life is trying to explain something to you, and I don't know what it is that it's saying to me yet. And I'm not a coach. I'm just I'm learning about myself, and I'm sharing what it is that I'm learning, because who knows, maybe the kid across the street will actually see this, or somebody else who's in a similar situation will see this and get some tips or ideas from it. And that's the part of sharing that I can do, as far as telling you what to do. I'm not that kind of a person, because if I tell you what to do, you're probably not going to like it. So it's best that I don't. But I will if I have to. People push me enough, I will. In a good way. I was also thinking about my snow angel that's on the wall right here. My naked days. I'm proud of myself for that. Like, I'm proud of my 3D self, and my life snapping the camera when it did. That's an awesome picture. Like, how does that happen? That's not coincidence. Somebody, there's a spirit in this house that pressed that button at the right time. Because I was moving around out there and it didn't catch the other photos. It's just crazy. So yeah, I hold on to these things to remind myself that this actually happened. My hug rings. I saw these in some cheap jewelry thing online, and I'm like, those are my hug. That's my hug that I need. That's because I was hugging myself a lot. Fears. I have these fears about the military because I've seen the results of um, what happens to some people, and in my own experience with working with, not for, but with, like on a project with them, not working for them, at the University of Michigan. Those were just great experiences. Like, such a well-oiled machine. Like, not like, the neighborhood. Yeah, what do they call it? The homeowners. You know, the associations. Mine in particular, they're trying. But they don't want to listen either, and it kind of contorts me in all kinds of directions on the inside and on the outside, and I'm just like, I gotta get away. I can't deal with that level of misunderstanding. I just can't be a part of it. And see, when I think about being a part of it, because I tried it, now when I think about, I'm putting up a boundary saying, I can't help you because you don't want me to help you. So therefore, I'm not even going to bother trying. And I'm okay with that because we all learn in different ways, and we can't help everyone. And I'm not going to try to. Same thing with the dog. I learned, the barking dog for hours at a time, in the cold, even at 11 o'clock at night sometimes. I can't do anything about that myself. I have to let those who know how to deal with that kind of situation take care of the situation. So I'm not going to allow myself to be bothered with it anymore. And but it's finding these things that, because that it bothers me. It gets my anxiety going. Hearing that dog out there barking and howling and asking to be let in and being completely ignored. And, maybe it's because I've felt that way myself. And, I hear the dog. I don't hear the person. I don't hear her excuses. I don't hear the reasoning why it is that she chose to do what it is that she was doing, because what I've heard doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense. I'll clip that out. I was doing so good. Anyway. Yeah, listening to our inner selves, and recognizing the things that stir up our energy. Those are telling us, one, to recognize it, pay attention to it. If there's something we can do about it, then try to, but find the appropriate method of doing so. And it doesn't necessarily mean taking the matters into your own hands, as much as you may want to. But finding the things that make you laugh just in a simple conversation, like I was having with those ladies. It it makes me laugh, and it just it shows me that this is the direction that I'm supposed to go. And even though it may seem like a great unknown, what do I have control over? Okay, well, I have control over looking pretty. See, I'm laughing again. My jobless. It's my jobless. It's my to do. It's like, I gotta look pretty. So annoying. But I have the tools to do that. I have a shower. I have hot water. I have shampoo. I have the tools to do and I even have old makeup, that I put on, and my old jewelry that I was able to use my 20-year-old cleaner on in order to get it shining and sparkling again. And it actually does feel good to look nice again. Um, and it's not because I'm looking in the mirror. It's just because of clothes and our environment and people. Everything gives off an energy. Like, I love trees. I will fight for my tree next door. I will fist fight my neighbor over that tree. Do not push me on that tree. He's backed off. I think I think I got through to him on it. Anyway, but but even trees, they have an energy, and it's so when we wear certain things, like for instance, some of the clothes I enjoy wearing are clothes that don't wrinkle. When I used to look for clothes, when I would have to shop, I would go through the clearance section, and I found a certain material, and I could recognize it just by looking at the edges of the little hangers. I didn't have to look at everything. I'm only looking for the material. If it's not the right material, I'm not looking at anything else. And I didn't know what it was made of. I didn't really care. The fact is that it didn't wrinkle. It was stretchy, and that's what this shirt is right here. Like, it's got a little give, right? It's got a little spandex in it. I like the spandex. I like yoga pants for the same reason, because no matter how it is that my body may be, what people call bloating, it's just processing food. However it is that my body may be processing food that day, my clothes should still feel comfortable in some way. And I also realized the other day, as I was watching some horse riding videos, that, I like yoga pants too, because they're a lot like riding breeches. And I loved riding breeches the first time I put them on. I'm like, these feel great. Like, I wish I could wear these every day. Well, look at me now. Now I get to wear yoga pants every day. And life likes me doing it. So there we go. So, your thing, whatever your thing may be, maybe something that's completely, totally unacceptable to other people. Like, I had a chef that told me that I couldn't wear certain things, and I'm like, I'm not telling you what to wear. Look at your costume, man. Why are you looking like that? Nobody even sees you back here. Yet you're all, it's all for himself. So, whatever. Let everybody be whoever it is that they want to be. And you have anxiety because life is trying to talk to you, and just look at the little clues. Rearrange your clothes. Like, for instance, I clean out my closet, and the things that I don't wear, I just got rid of them. Some of the things I tried on again to make sure to see if they fit again, or why it is that I wasn't wearing them, and I just got rid of them. And then of the things that were left over, I sorted them, you know, very ADHD. Like, I have just my yoga pants in one pile, and then I have my yoga shorts in another pile, which are separate from my other shorts, which are also separate from my other pants, like pajama bottoms and jeans, for instance. Um, and so, you know, and then of course, you know, my sweaters are in one pile, and I have my t-shirts hanging up versus folded in the closet, yeah. So, and I have my casual stuff on top, and I have my business clothes on the bottom. Um, Whereas before I had it casual on the bottom and business clothes on top. But I'm more casual now than businessy. So I remind myself that I'm casual, but I force myself to grab the hangers that are down low, and and actually, you know, it's maybe it's just better that way, because, you know, with my shoulder, at least I'm not trying to reach up. Like, I can reach. Oops, I can reach if I have to, but it's not something that I want to do all the time. Other, you know, than sometimes. But it's easier to grab things that are right at hand level right there. So now that my quote unquote business clothes, my dressier clothes, my nicer clothes are more at hand's reach, you know, I can look at those and decide what it is that I want to wear, instead of, you know, looking up and again bothering my neck to see what it is that's on the top hangers. So it's also just a matter of how it is that we look at things, you know, and prioritize things. So I used to think that putting because I have two racks in my closet. I used to clothing bars. I used to think that putting my priorities on top was how it is that I should have looked at the world. and I put my casual me on the bottom, where, you know, I tried to not look at it, and now I have my casual me at the top as a priority. But I dress in the clothes. I'm learning I need to dress in the clothes that make me feel the best, and that go with, you know, a pretty hair and whatever. You know, I hate being on video. So I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, that snow angel was a big rebellious phase, and I loved it, and I still love it. You know, but if my job is to do something simple that makes me laugh, like today, life dressed me up like an elf. I gotta show you the boots. So here's the boots, right? And I had the top folded down like this. So, with my yoga pants on, my black yoga pants, and then my green shirt. So I had my little green elf costume on today. That was fun. And so now when I look at my clothes, now I don't see, you know, an ugly pink shirt. Now I see my good and plenty outfit. Now I don't see boots that I've never worn and a shirt that I used to. Now I see an elf costume. And, you know, and for people with anxiety, we have to get creative this way, because that's the only way that you're going to get clothes on us. So, you know, leave us alone and just laugh with us. because we're just trying to get through the day, man. We're just trying to make it. Always leave on a high note. I think I'll cut this short here. It's been 35 minutes, and I'll go snip out that that F-bomb. There you go. I did a video.